Yes, sir. Blue collar guns and gear. It is the 4th of July. I wish everybody out there a happy 4th. I had to pull out this old Marlin 3030. This is one of my favorite old rifles in the world right here. This is the Glenfield model. They made these from, I think, around the mid 60s to the early 70s. Don't quote me on that. I don't know the exact dates when they made these. You don't see too many of them anymore. They're still around here and there. But this is not my only Marlin lever gun. See, it's got the deer in the buttstock there, and I just love these. It's got nostalgia for me. Got the oak leaves in the fore end there. These things have nostalgia for me. I remember when I was growing up, I used to admire my uncle's rifle. He had one of these, a Glenfield model, and I always admired his so much, and I always wanted to get me one. And a couple of years ago, a friend of mine was downtown in Atlanta, and they had one of those gun buybacks where the government goons get together and try to buy people's guns off the streets or whatever. Well, anyway, a friend of mine went down there and decided he was going to try to outbid them, and he did. He ended up getting this old Glenfield for $75, I believe, from some old man that just showed up with it. And he took it home and had it completely restored. The gun was in pretty rough shape, but for 75 bucks, what a great deal. He had it completely restored, made it really, really nice. And as soon as I saw it, I told him, I said, if you ever get rid of it, please let me know about it, because I want it. And so he did. Last year he called me up and said he was thinking about getting rid of it, and I immediately drove over there and got it. So I'm proud to have it. I love this gun. I mean, it just, I sighted it in one time last year, and I decided to get it out, make sure it was still sighted in, and well, one shot at around 40 yards maybe. Not a long shot, but it just shoots so sweet. It really does. And every Marlin lever gun I've ever owned has always just been a reliable, accurate, just a good shooting little rifle. These are some of the best rifles ever made for the money, in my opinion. Especially these old JM stamped. Freedom Group bought out Marlin back around 2008, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know anything about the new Marlins. I've heard good things, I've heard bad things, but I don't have an opinion at all. I don't know. I'm sure they probably shoot just fine. But these old JM stamped Marlins, which I think are pre-2008, they really are fantastic little rifles. For the money, I just think they're great for deer hunting. I'm gonna give this to my son. He's 2.5 right now, so this is gonna be a few more years. But when he starts hunting, I'll probably just give him this. This will be his first deer rifle. And my first deer rifle was a Marlin 3030. I would imagine that a Marlin or a Winchester, anyway, a 3030 has probably killed more deer in North America than any other caliber. I would imagine, even still to this day. They have over 100 years of history in the deer woods. At 150 yards and closer, I believe this is just as good as anything for deer hunting. If you make a good shot, there's no doubt that this is it's a proven deer taker. So anyway, you can find these if you look around in pawn shops and maybe on like local gun sites or whatever. You might be able to pick one of these up for around $300. And let me tell you, they're great little rifles for $300. It'll last you a lifetime. It'll definitely bring the meat home to the table. And I mean, they're just excellent little rifles, and they're beautiful. On top of that, I highly recommend any Marlin 336 or a 30A or a Glenfield model like this, if you can find one. I mean, look at that. That's cool how it does it. Lever guns they're cool, and they're beautiful to look at, on top of being great rifles. I've got this old Redfield. That's an old wide view 2x7. I had that on a deer rifle for, gosh, at least 25 years. And I finally upgraded to another scope and put it on my old Browning. And so I wanted to do something with that scope there, that 2x7 Redfield there. So I decided this little 30-30 would be perfect for it. In the hardwoods, that's a perfect little setup right there. You know, if you're shooting 100 yards or closer, and where I hunt down in South Georgia it's a lot of thick. So this will be perfect, you know, for 50-yard shots or whatever. This is just perfect. And so I'll keep this thing forever. It's a great little gun. It's just fun, and I wanted to pull it out today and do a little short video on it. But I highly recommend the Marlin lever gun to anybody out there, whether you're a man, woman, or child. These are great little guns. They're fun to shoot. They're reliable as all get out. They're accurate, and they're beautiful. So anyway, I hope y'all have a real happy 4th of July. It is Independence Day, and we live in the greatest country in the world. And I appreciate you watching. Y'all come see us.